And according to Catholicism and the Bible, you know, it's a freaking sin and we're going to HELL. What's up, internet fam? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new there, hi, hello, my name is Ren and I make LGBTQ lifestyle videos for you guys. So if that type of content interests you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another one of my videos. I post every single Friday. Okay, so today I thought I would do a little like chat with you guys. And I normally don't really think I do really talk about like this much, but I guess I'm just gonna do it anyways, whatever. In case you didn't know, I grew up in a somewhat Catholic family. Like, I was brought up somewhat Catholic. I sometimes went to church, things like that. But mostly I feel like I talk about Catholicism is because I went to a private Catholic school from kindergarten up into 12th grade. So I was very much in, you know, private school my entire life. Wore the uniforms, yada, 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 a whole 10 yards, like whole 9 yards. Whole 10 yards, that's not the saying, it's the whole 9 yards. But yeah, so I definitely had that type of like school upbringing and being like in a Catholic school. And I just kind of wanted to talk about kind of like being gay or lesbian in a Catholic school, or what it was like for me personally. So yeah, I could say that, you know, from K through middle school, I was in one Catholic school. And, you know, it wasn't really bad. That was kind of towards 7th and 8th grade was more so when I was like questioning my sexuality and things like that. My parents were never, like, they put me in a private school more so because they thought it was like a better school, better education, things like that. My dad personally wasn't religious. If you ask him today about religion, he's like, yeah, no, he's not a religious guy. He doesn't care about any of that stuff. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't go to church, yada, yada, yada. He mostly did it because he was an officer growing up and he just thought it was a better school and a better education and a better life for me. So he put me in private schools. My mother, on the other hand, she was a little bit more Catholic than, a lot more Catholic than my dad since he's like zero Catholic. But my mom definitely had a little bit more into it. She enjoyed kind of like going to church and praying or whatever and things like that. So yeah, so we did go to a Catholic school my whole life. Mostly in the Catholic school, it was just kind of like, you know, you have a religion class, and I feel like that's almost like, and you wear a uniform. Like, those are like kind of like the only things that kind of like were different to me. It's my cat. Those are the only things that's kind of like different to me is, you know, you wear a uniform every day, and you have a religion class. And you like pray in the morning and stuff. And every now and then, like, you go to, in my middle school and elementary school, you'd go to church every single Friday. But like in my high school, you only went on like certain, you know, occasions and whatnot. So, you know, in middle school, it never really was like a big like thing for me. It was just, you know, it was there. I went to church when I was in school, and, you know, you do a religion class, and the religion class was always like really like nothing special. Like, I mean, you just talk about like the commandments, you talk about like Stations of the Cross and like things like that. And it was like a BS class, and nobody really ever cared too much about the class or really paid much attention in those classes. But yeah. So now middle school out the way, let's talk about more like high school. High school is when I knew that I was gay or lesbian. And, you know, being in a Catholic, you know, high school, you don't really like say those things because it's a religious school, and according to Catholicism and the Bible, you know, it's a freaking sin and we're going to HELL. So yeah, you don't like talk about it in high school, honestly. It's kind of like through, I don't know how it happens, but it's almost like through unspoken like things. Gay people, like, we could sniff each other in the school, and so we had like a little like group that we knew, like, they were gay, they were lesbian, they were gay, they were like, you kind of knew who was, you know, kind of like in your community. So you did know, like you did have that, but I mean, it wasn't like a giant community at all, but there was like a little one and you knew, but nobody like goes around and like actually like says it, because who knows? I honestly don't know what they would do. Honestly, if like a teacher or like the principal or something found out that you were gay in the school, I really don't know what they would do. I would hope that they wouldn't kick you out because your parents are paying for this, like decent money for you to go to the school. So it would be kind of dumb if they would do that, you know, because that's just stupid to me. Like if somebody's paying, like who gives a crap? But I don't know what they would do. I personally never came out in my high school. I think only like the handful of people like kind of knew, but yeah, you don't go around talking about it. And luckily in religion class, I don't ever really remember hearing about the whole gay being a sin in the classroom, which I'm extremely grateful for, because I think that it would totally piss me off and just really like, I feel like it'd be really detrimental to a lot of kids who are, you know, in this high school that are having those, having that identity. I feel like that would just be so hard and just so unnecessary. Like, ugh. But I'm just grateful that that didn't happen. Normally in religions class, we didn't talk about that kind of stuff, that I can remember, which I'm pretty sure I would remember, but I don't remember ever talking about that kind of stuff. It was more kind of like old stories about Jesus and like, commandments and verses and like stuff like that. So yeah, it always was a BS class. I mean, nobody really paid attention. Nobody really tried really hard. But yeah, I mean, in my senior year, most of the time we watched a freaking movie about, what show was it? It was some show with Amber Tamblyn, and she's like, I don't know. It's like a religious TV show or something, and we'd watch it quite often. So yeah, never was like a big to-do about it, thankfully, because goodness gracious, I don't know how that would be if, it was like shoved down our throats all the time in high school. I don't know about now. I mean, I was in high school in like 2007 to like 2010, so I don't know how it would be now, because I was like 10, 11 years ago, so I don't know how it's changed. I hope that it hasn't changed too much, because nowadays, a lot of more people are more open and talk about these kinds of things. So I can't imagine like students nowadays like to be like super like hush hush about it, but because I definitely know I see a lot now about teachers in private schools who are being fired because they've been found out that they've been gay or lesbian, which is just ridiculous to me. Oh, it's ridiculous. I don't know. I definitely feel like, being in that type of like Catholic school thing in my high school year definitely pushed me away from it totally. I don't go to church. I don't do anything that has to do with religion. I'm just not a part of it. I don't care for it. I'm very much like, yeah, don't care about it. Do I think I got a good education? Yeah, I do think I did have a good education. It was like a safe, experience, good experience. Yeah, it was fine. Like, yeah, I didn't have any problems, with the school. Honestly, I'm just glad that it wasn't too preachy with the religion stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like one of those hard things. I don't know. But the fact that like teachers are getting fired and stuff, it's kind of just like, ugh, that's just so unfortunate, I don't know. It's just unfortunate to me, honestly, that like there's so many like sins out there, and, people sin all the time, and it's just like the homosexuals get like the worst like brunt of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just really feel like it's too much. So I just really like shun myself out of Catholicism, like religion. Not a fan, not into it. My mom is like still like somewhat, but she's one of those like Catholics or Christians they're very open. My mother knows I'm lesbian. She's totally fine with that. We talk about gay stuff all the time. She even supports me on Facebook with like the rainbow banners every time it's Pride. She's very very supportive of it. So I'm totally grateful for that. She does her church thing. I don't judge her for that. You can go to church if you want to go to church. Have fun. Like, I don't give a crap. but don't force me to, and don't expect me to, and don't shove it down my throat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about your religion. Like, I don't want to hear about it. But my mom's not like that at all, so that was fine. And my dad is like, honestly, he's zero religion anyways. So luckily it's not like a big deal for me, like coming out or anything like that with the whole religion thing. But I'm just would love to hear other people's stories about being gay or lesbian and growing up in like a Catholic school. Like, what was your experience? Like, what did you think? Was it really like pushy, or was it like kind of like mine, where like you didn't really talk about that? It was more so, you know, like other things they talked about. Like, I don't know how it is today. I don't know how the Catholic schools are, since it's been like 10 years since I've been out. So if you were in a Catholic school now, like, let me know, like how is it? Do they talk about this now? Like, is it like a thing that they do now? I'm not too sure. Because I honestly do feel like how they're kicking out teachers after finding out they're gay in these Catholic schools, they probably would do the same to students, which is just freaking heartbreaking and horrific to me. Yeah, I think it's horrific. I don't even know, but I would love to hear your experience with it and what you think and things like that. So let me know down below if you were a Catholic schoolgirl. And yeah, that's about it. So I look forward to reading you guys' comments, and I will see you guys next week with another video. Until then, mwah, love you guys.